Hello, global citizens, and welcome to another massive installment of the BRICS Alliance's plan to win over more nations to its cause of achieving fair global balance and multipolarity. Is this the bloc's calculated move toward its goal of a global power shift, or is there another reason this alliance keeps attracting new members to its expanding coalition? How may the group's growth impact the world's geopolitical environment if it continues to get more and more requests to join the bloc? Let's find out as we walk you down this route. Refrain from growing weary. As we deliver you the most recent geopolitical report on the bloc, please do unwind and buckle up. The announcement that 30 more nations are trying to join the BRICS in 2024 has just reached us, confirms Russia. Remember that in January 2024, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia were among the 5 new nations admitted into the BRICS. The only nation to turn down an invitation to join BRICS in August of last year is Argentina. BRICS currently has 10 members, but at its 16th meeting in the Kazan region of Russia, there will probably be another round of massive growth. The president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, announced that 30 more nations have now indicated their desire to join the BRICS alliance. The next meeting of the alliance is scheduled for October, and we are due to discover more from the bloc's meeting. In a recent press conference, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that 30 more nations had formally applied to join the BRICS in 2024. The 30 countries' bids could be approved by the Union, making BRICS a 40-member organization. It will likely put it in rivalry with other Western allies or groups that came before it because it is getting more powerful financially and in terms of GDP. Naturally, we will take into account how ready a large number of additional nations, roughly 30 in all, are to participate in the multifaceted BRICS agenda. In order to achieve this, we will begin drafting the guidelines for a new class of BRICS partner nation, stated Russian President Vladimir Putin. As a result, it is now official that 30 additional nations have officially applied to become members of BRICS in 2024. However, the 30 nations that are prepared to join BRICS in 2024 were not named by Russia's president. Some claim that new choices about expansion may be made at the BRICS meeting in October 2024. Additionally, starting in 2025, the alliance may challenge the U.S. currency in an effort to overthrow Western financial hegemony, which the bloc claims is one of its goals. Time will tell if BRICS succeeds in dethroning the U.S. dollar or not in the upcoming years, but be certain that whilst the bloc is working on its currency, Russian President Vladimir Putin weeks back announced a new payment plan to be introduced to over 159 nations as a means to reduce trade and commerce in the dollar, and many seem to be buying his payment plan already. As if that's not enough, after the 15th BRICS summit that held last August 2023 in Johannesburg, South Africa, trade in local currencies has been increasingly gaining grounds, China and Russia leading the train. Even before its current boom, the group of high-growth developing economies accounted for 40.8% of the world's population and 26% of the global GDP. Even though the BRICS nations are significant economies, they acknowledge that the organization is more than just an economic one since they are dedicated to establishing a more representative, fairer international order, a reinvigorated and reformed multilateral system. Although it is unclear exactly what the BRICS grouping means when it refers to being representative, fairer, and reformed, it is frequently understood to suggest that the group will serve as a counterbalance or even a way to eventually surpass Western dominance in politics and the economy. Given that the BRICS grouping is expected to continue growing in the next years, it is crucial to consider the recently announced enlargement of the organization as well as the implications and potential issues for future global governance, economics, and geopolitics. If projections come to pass, many of the BRICS economies are expected to develop significantly over the next several decades, while the size and consequent relevance of the G7 economies will decline. This is especially true for recently admitted members like Ethiopia and Egypt, whose GDP is expected to increase by 1,170% and 635%, respectively, by the year 2050. From a trade standpoint, the enlarged group now produces over 43% of the world's oil, doubles its capacity, and strengthens its geostrategic influence in the Middle East with the addition of Saudi Arabia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. Furthermore, the original 4 BRICS countries own and control 72.5% of the world's reserves of rare earth minerals, with China alone generating 85% of all refined earths globally in 2020. In contrast, the expanded group currently accounts for 25% of global exports. In the global supply chain for goods consumed by the rapidly growing middle class, which will be made up of 59% of all new middle classes in 2024 due to China, India, Brazil, and Egypt alone, rare earth elements are essential for the production of a wide range of products, from high-tech weaponry to everyday consumables like electric cars, circuit boards, semiconductors, and mobile phones. In the end, the newly expanded BRICS alliance, which currently includes 45% of the global population, will only gain economic and geopolitical significance, moving the center of gravity of the global economy toward the global south. The BRICS aim to use their combined economic clout to achieve broader political goals rather than confining their goals to an economic agenda. The BRICS have taken a variety of steps to oppose and rebalance the current global order with its institutions because they believe that the development of emerging and developing nations is impeded by an economic and political system that is centered on the West. The BRICS established the New Development Bank in 2015 to mobilize resources for infrastructure and sustainable development projects, notably to lessen reliance on the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, organizations that have historically been led by Europeans and Americans and are frequently criticized by the Bloc for their lack of transparency and harsh structural adjustment programs. With a $100 billion initial permitted capital, the bank has committed $32.8 billion to 96 approved projects by 2022, assisting in the construction and renovation of 15,700 kilometers of roads, 850 bridges, and 260 kilometers of rail transit networks. Reducing reliance on institutions led by the West and promoting growth and development on more benevolent conditions communicates a clear message about the shifting tides of global power. From a diplomatic standpoint, the group may convene and debate topics they feel are particularly significant to emerging market economies because they host the BRICS summit every year. The G7 countries in particular, who have previously benefited from their exclusive membership in economic and financial forums, are symbolically signaled by this that they are no longer the exclusive control of the global agenda. It is unclear how the BRICS countries will go about challenging the US dollar's hegemony and reforming the global monetary system, despite the fact that many of them are eager to do so. The new currency was on the agenda for the most recent summit in South Africa and may be on the agenda for the upcoming 16th Russian summit. While it is still up for debate, it is evident that the bloc is making progress toward reducing its reliance on the dollar, as evidenced by its trade in local currencies. Russia's announcement of a new payment system plan to be introduced to over 159 countries, and France's decision to prioritize its interests over those of other nations just a few weeks ago. Do you believe that as additional nations join the BRICS, the alliance may succeed in its goal of reestablishing a global power balance, or is this merely a rhetoric that will never grant any authority over other groups? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for stopping by, and hope you did enjoy the video. Do stick around with us for more and related videos right here at our channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.